Yes, yes. Hail to the I. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to this satsang with Auset Aten Ra. Hail, hail to the I and I. Hail, hail to the I self, the one true self, one true light. Victory, victory, victory. Much honor to all the I and I's. Thank you for joining I. Victory, victory, victory. I am victorious. I am triumphant. Welcome, welcome. I want to say thank you to all the I and I for clicking this video, for wanting to know more. Thank you for joining I. So, this is a gathering to seek truth. I am a truth seeker. And so welcome again to this satsang with Auset Aten Ra. And so there is a war in brew. All the I and I in this duality state, in the ego false selves, are stirring up war and mischief. This is what this mind does always. This mind, this ego, this consciousness is always stirring up mischief, right? And so, who will be affected by nuclear war? Who will be affected by this? Right? Many of the I and I's, they are thinking that they will not be affected. So I am asking, who will be affected by this? So, no more secrets, no more lies. This is the time for truth. This is the time for self-truth. This is the time for self-knowing. Because this duality is moving towards its ending. And what these I and I in here, they don't want the I to know truth. They want to create war. They are the ones who want to do this, to put the I in suffering. They have been holding the I and I in slavery. The ruling class hold themselves superior above the slave class. They have been holding us as slavery inside this dream and do not want the I and I to know the truth. And so they would rather create war and destruction and making their threats of nuclear wars and their missiles and all their weapons of mass destruction. They are the one who want to create this destruction, and this is the I self that is fighting to make sure that this does not happen. They are the ones who want us to choose sides, joining wars, instead of choosing to make peace. What is this war about? Let's get to the root of this matter. What is the talk of this war? It is time for all the I and I's to be busy removing the veil of ignorance that is obscuring the I, that the I do not know truth, that the I do not know the I self. It is time for the I and I to be steadfast in seeking truth and wanting to know truth and standing up for what is right. What is the right thing to do? No more secrets, no more lies. All things hidden will be made known. They do not want all the hidden things to be made known, but they cannot stop it. All things hidden will be made known. The I self, one true pure self, is moving things into balance so that all things hidden will be revealed. Everything that has been cloaked and hidden will be made known. All things that has been done in secrets will be revealed. They can no longer hide. All the ionize in the duality that have been doing all this evil and atrocities, all the things that have been done in secret will be revealed. All things created must be destroyed. Yes, the I self is moving this world into dissolution. Why? Because this is a dream creation and we are being enslaved inside a dream. Yes, these things will be destroyed, but the I self is not destroying these things while we are inside of this dream. The I self is here to collect all the I self, to move the I into balance. The ego false selves are the ones who do not want the I to know this truth and wants to create war and suffering on the I while the I is inside the dream. The I self do not want this war. The I self want the I to know truth, want the I to come to realization of the I self. And know that the I is here to collect all the I self back onto the I without a war. But all the ego false self, they are the one who's brewing and stirring up wars because they don't want the I to know this. They don't want for things to be peaceful because this dream, when I wake up from sleeping and dreaming, this dream creation can no longer exist. All the dream characters can no longer exist. So the I and I don't want this. This ego that rise inside of this dream do not want this because they can only exist in this ego false self inside of this dream. Therefore, this ego, this mind, this consciousness, this false self do not want this war. Do not want the I to know truth. They only want war and destruction and suffering. This is what they have been holding us under for eons. And I am calling for harmony. I am calling for balance. And I am calling for liberation from tyranny, from bullying, from slavery, from mind control. I want peace. I want all the I and I's to come to realization, to be able to free to walk this earth, so the I self can gather all itself onto the I self, and the I can know truth. The I can know truth. All the secrets, everything that was hidden, that will be made known. The I will know it. All secrets must be revealed, and all these dualities and dream characters must be dissolved. This is the age of truth, and it's time for self-responsible authority. So, I'm going to ask, who will this war affect? I want I and I to know that it is time for self-responsible authority. You must take responsibility for yourself, says the I Self Supreme, one true self. Because all is I Self, and I alone exist, I, the one true self. It is the I in all of these fractal, fragmented self, wearing body, taking these shapes and these forms, playing all the characters. So which means that I must take responsibility for the I journey, for the I self, and for what is happening, so that I can restore balance and harmony back to the I self. It is your responsibility. You cannot sit and just wait for someone to save you. You have to do your part. You must do your share. This is a relay race of self-realization and self-responsibility. Every aspect of the I self has a responsibility and must do whatever the I needs to do to run your distance. The baton is passed to you that you must do the aspect of what must be done in the body that all the I and I self is wearing. The I and I one true self animating these bodies mean that what is your role to play? Take responsibility, run your distance, and pass the baton to the I self, parent self, the I one true self. Every aspect of the I self is playing a part, is playing a role for the balance of the whole, the balance of the one true self. I want to say, hail to the I, Self Supreme, non-being, unmanifest. All is I Self, I alone exist. Hail, hail to the primal self. Hail, hail to I, primal light. Hail to I, the light, the one true light, one true self. Hail to I, the transparent light. Hail to I, light throughout the ages. Hail to I, light without beginning nor end. Hail to I, self supreme, primal light, one true light, one true self. I am primal light. I am the true light. I am that has no name. I am that can't be explained. I am the I primal teacher guru. I am I eternal truth. I am I eternal self. I am I great supreme wisdom within. I am I great supreme intelligence within. I am I great supreme teacher guru self within. Hail, hail to the I, self supreme, primal light. I am victorious. I am triumphant. All is myself, and I alone exist. I bow to all the I and I self, in light, in self, and in truth. Much honor. And so, I want to ask this question. Has the West and its alliance been a gatekeeper to the progress of many nations around the world? Who will a nuclear war affect? Because the INIs in these ego false selves, they are making threats of nuclear war. Who will this affect? So all of these INIs are in their egos And do they care about all the ionize? Do they care about what will affect all the ionize? No, are they just into their own selfish ego, greed, wanting to satisfy their egoic desire? But the truth of the matter is, there's no satisfaction that can come to this ego. It is endless. You get one desire, then this ego again arise another desire. It is an endless desires. Get rid of all these desires, all these things that you are desiring. Only seek the I truth. This is why these ego false selves are making threats of war. Who will this affect? Some ones are saying that this makes you realize how America has been a gatekeeper to progress. The important question for a while has been, how do you manage a dying nuclear empire? Russia, China are the ones managing this on behalf of humanity. Ones are saying this. What are you saying? Who will this nuclear war affect? What are you saying about this war? Because ones are making threats and bullying. They have been bullying all the nations around the world for eons. This has been going on for a long time. Right? One nation fighting against another nation. This has been going on for eons. This is not just happening. This world has been created and destroyed many times. But the world being created and destroyed, the beings with this duality consciousness was never destroyed. So what? A new world creates, and then here comes this mind coming again, stirring up confusion, stirring up war. This has been going on for eons. So if you destroy the world and you still have this same mind, you come again and here goes again, this cycle repeating over and over and over and non-stop. Let's get to the root of the problem. It is time now for once to stop making threats, stop bullying, and move now to the issue, the problem that is really happening in the world. What is the problem? Step back for a moment and see what the issue is. This mind, this delusional mind, your mind is telling you a story, and you want to uphold that story with all this delusion, and it is a lie, and you want to defend this lie at the cost of everyone else in this world. You want to defend your lie at the cost of everyone else in this world. Why? The mind is delusional. How many times have this world been destroyed and created? And every time it's the same thing. But this time, the I self, the one true self, has mastered this duality and has now been able to move this world into balance. And these ego false selves still want to continue with this war. They don't want to stop and see truth. They want to hold on to their ideologies and their false beliefs and their delusions and defend their false narratives. When the I Self Supreme want everyone to know truth, to come into self-realization, for there to be peace and harmony. They are the ones who want to create this war. The I Self Supreme is fighting and this enabling their devices when they shoot them up. They are shooting up their device, and the self is disenabling their devices. They want to bring a total destruction to this world, and the self is fighting to not allow that to happen. They are the one who want to do this. They want to think that someone is coming from outer space, some alien is coming to do this. This is all false narrative. All is the I self. And who's been doing the destruction? Man. Man has always been doing this destruction between man and the gods. Because I want you to remember that the gods are yourself, just not wearing a body. And they are wearing the same delusional mind, just like the human beings. And they have been destructive also. They have been very destructive, just like the human being. And now they are joining forces together, the invisible, delusional minds, and the visible ones wearing body, delusional minds. And they're holding to their false ideologies and delusions of this mind. I want to drag us into their madness. They want to drag us into their madness and their ridiculousness. You cannot lead yourself. You don't know the truth. Are you going to lead a nation? Y'all need to step down from your positions. Let the inner truth lead and let the inner truth guide all the I and I's. It's time now for truth, and the I is victorious. The I is triumphant. It's time now for all the I and I's to stand up and say no more. We will not be cowed down by fear and your threats of nuclear war and nuclear weapon. Who will this affect? You are having a beef. Why? Because you don't want the truth to be known to all. You want to continue to hold everyone in slavery so you can be a ruling class and for there to be a slave class. And the I Self Supreme wants none of that. All is one self. All needs to come into realization and know that there is no need for any of the I Self to oppress any of the I Self. All must eat. All must be fed and watered. All must live in peace and harmony. There must be balance. Rich must give to the poor because you have taken all for yourself, being selfish. So it is time now. The I Self Supreme, the I One True Self, is here to restore balance. And all the I and I self-reign bodies must stand up. Stand together, every nation joining a youth circle around this world and saying, no more wars. We want peace, we want balance, and we want harmony. We want these governments to step down and put their mind in stillness. All this craziness must end. They're all going crazy because they don't want the people to know that the I Self is here and is disenabling their devices when they try to shoot them. They're shooting at the I Self. They're fighting an invisible power in this body because what? Many of them have been working together with the gods themselves in ignorance, not wearing a body. And they have created all their devices to blow up the world. And it is the self that is disabling their devices. It is time that we stand up for our rights. It is time that we ask these ones to step down. It is time and take a look at the mind. Go back to the issue of the problem. Like I said, for eons, this world has been being destroyed and being created. And every time a new world rises, the same problem. Because why? It is the mind that the eye is wearing that is stirring up confusion, being delusional, making up stories, and everyone wants to hold on to their ridiculous, delusional stories that the mind has made up. It is not true. And they want to defend it at the cost of everyone else in the world. This is madness. This is complete madness. All the INIs can see this is complete madness. Yeah, many ones are saying yes, the I self is here, and they call different names, but they themselves don't know that they have a part to play too as the self wearing a body. You have to stand up. Everyone must join hands together and stand for peace. Stand for self-knowledge. Stand for stillness to this mind, to the delusion of this mind, because all of those ones running these nations, their minds are delusional. They have been stirring ones wrongly, and they want to defend their ideologies and defend their false notions and their false narratives. And so I am asking, who will this affect? And so let me go to the next slide. Is this black hole being activated? And what does this mean? So let's watch this video, because many ones are talking about the world is changing, and many ones are saying, the climate is changing and what is to be blamed for all of this. And I want you to know that this is by design, that the I self is here to restore balance and do not want wars. Want the I and I to come into self-truth. And this is what needs to happen. So I wanted I wanted to share this video because as a proof also, to what I have been saying about the I self stream, one true self is here, um, making an alignment with all of the I selves that is the existence. The I is merging, she used the word eating up, but the self is not eating up. The self is merging with all of itself, because everything we are actually inside of the black hole is the I self. And all of the aspect of the self is inside of each other in layers. I mean, I have done many videos explaining this in every layers of the self. So behind the sun that shines for us is Aten Ra, right? And she is at the center, and her screen herself becomes the screen on which this world is being taken place. So we are actually inside of a black hole. Her parent self is also a black hole. What they call a black hole is the self. And so everything is going to merge in that form to return back into the one true self, right? Back into that blackness, right? So they're using like these scary terms, but it is all the I self, because the I is in a false self identification as this body. The I is not identifying that as the I self, right? So the I is going to merge. It's a merger that is happening with all of the I self. The I gets to know the I self. There is nothing to be feared in this process, right? The I is merging with all of itself. This is the I self want everyone into this dream existence, into this world, we're in a body, to know this. This is the reason why the I is disenabling all of their devices when they're trying to shoot to destroy the world. They're fighting and shooting at the self. The self is disenabling because the self wants for all of the I and I to know truth, to come into realization, to be able to interact with the I self like this freely and know truth. And these ones want to sit here and talk about war and create wars and bullying and all of these. The age for that is over, right? The self do not want to destroy this world while we are in it. The I self want for all the I and I to know truth, to come to realization that we can interact with ourselves in all of these forms. It is every part aspect of this existence is the I self. The I self want the I to interact with the I self. not for war to be happening in this world. The I self want all the I and I's to be moving into self-realization, into balance and harmony, and want the I to know truth. The I do not want for war to happen in this world and for this world to end in war while we are inside of it. The I want the I to come to truth and a merger so that I can, with awareness, merge with the I real and true self and know truth. This is the reason why we must all stand up for justice, for peace, for balance, and let these ones who are ruling these governments to know this, that we will no longer stand here and be governed and ruled with under delusions and lies, but we will stand up for truth, for balance, and for harmony. I mean, you think that nuclear war is going to happen and you're just going to sit in your corner and be safe? Like, seriously, everyone in this world will be affected. Why do you think that you are going to be safe? No, everyone will be affected. These are dangerous weapons. Dangerous weapons. The I self is this enabling, they already tried to fire these things. The I self is disenabling them to show you that the I self do not want war for us, want for us to know truth. They are the ones who want to make this war. The I self is fighting to make sure that they're not letting off these weapons. It is dangerous for everyone into this world. So don't think that you are going to be safe. This is very delusional. Their minds is crazy. We have to stand together as one. Everyone around the world stand together as one for balance, for harmony. Where are the ones to stand up? Don't sit and think that you in the body, you have to play your role. The I Self Supreme is playing its role, is disenabling their device when they let them off. No, you in the body have to stand up. Everyone have to stand up all over the world together. It's one self. We must join in union and know this. They don't want for us to come to this realization and truth that there's only one self playing all these characters. We must love and show honor and respect to all. Now is the time. So I am calling to all the I and I selves. Don't be scared by all these videos and all these things about what they are saying about, oh, they want to block the sun because the sun is changing the environment of the world for a reason. For eons, like I said, this world have been destroyed and created. And the new world, the same beings come with the same mind and create the same war. This has been going on for eons. So what is the root of the problem? It's not destroying the world. It is the mind. The mind of all the beings is crazy. It's delusional. And they want to defend their ideologies and their false perceptions. So this is why the I Self Supreme is here, to move everyone into balance, to everyone know that this is the mind that is the problem. The I Self Supreme don't want this world to be destroyed with us inside of it. Want for us to know the truth so we can merge with ourselves and leave this world with awareness, not in ignorance like we have done for all the eons that we have been here. Now is the time to live with awareness. Don't you want to know truth and live with awareness? You want to live in ignorance? It's time for us to stand up to these ones who are ruling us under slavery and tyranny and bullying and say no more. We want peace. We want harmony. We want to self-knowing. We want self-knowledge. We want stillness to be practiced all through humanity, because we realize the problem is not destroying the world and fighting this and doing all of these things. Is this mind that is making up stories and doing all of these things. So what are you going to do? Everyone have a part to play. The baton is given to you to run your distance. The mind is the problem. Can we see the root of the problem is the mind? Can we get to the root of the problem and solve this problem? I don't want the world to be destroyed while I am in it. I want to consciously leave this world and know and see that this has been my creation and say goodbye world. I don't want a war to break out and just poof, you have no awareness. They just destroyed the world and destroyed us in it. This is what they are planning. It will affect every life, all human beings on here. Those weapons are dangerous. Their minds is crazy. We have to let them see that their mind is crazy. This government must be dissolved. We have to stand up as one to let government know this. Peace, stillness of mind. We have to tell them, hey, take a break. You need to go still your mind. What they are doing is wrong. So they have a superiority complex. They are the ruling class and we are the slave class. So they don't want to listen to us when we are telling them, hey, I'm watching you acting a fool. Your mind is crazy and delusional. So I'm saying that they cannot see, so we are seeing clearly for them. We have to make them see this. So all the ones who have connection need to reach out to those ones and say, hey, you need to take a step and start, watching your, still in your mind. This mind is going crazy now. So I am saying that many ones are, they're talking about prophecies and all of these things. All of these destruction, yes, this world is a dream creation and will be destroyed, but not this way. Not this way, with bringing suffering to everyone on here. This is not what the I Self Supreme wants. The I Self Supreme wants everyone to come to truth and knowing and to live with awareness and say, yes, this is a dream creation. This mind is sick. Let me purify my mind. Let me return to my ultimate true state. If I have created this creation, then of course I can create a better creation if I understand the problem. There's no need to fear. There's no need to give up this your creation when you have the ability to learn from it and create something better. The self wants for us to have this awareness, to live with awareness, but they want to destroy us inside of here so we have no awareness. This is what their plan is. So we must not let that happen. We must not let that happen. All right? So it has been this very disturbing to me because I want all the I to know truth. And that, just like the video I just shared, science, like everything that I have been saying, if you are watching the science videos, the study of what the observation of the physical existence, you will see what I am saying. They're saying that the black hole is eating up everything around it. That's not what it's doing. It is the I self in that form. It is the I self merging in alignment with all aspect of itself to restore balance. But when you are looking from this false perception, you're gonna say, oh, the black hole is scary. But it is the I self. So I am saying it is a merger. The I self is merging. The I self want all the I and I to know this is what is happening. So we must stand up for peace, for balance, for harmony, for stillness. We must be sharing stillness, practicing stillness, so everyone can know, because they don't know that the problem is their mind, is delusional. They're following everything that comes into their mind. They are following. The mind say, oh, build this and do this, create this one. They are following everything their mind tells them, because they thinking that their mind is the supreme ruler. Many ones will say that. They say, oh, consciousness is the supreme ruler. Consciousness is the ruler of the dream. But this dream is ending and consciousness has to wake up. Consciousness is sleeping and dreaming of this world. So consciousness cannot be trusted. The consciousness is delusional and its light is being obscured. So it cannot see. Consciousness is blind. So you cannot follow the blind. So I am saying, for the ones who are awakened, don't just sit and wait. Do something. Run your distance. Tell someone. Do your affirmations. Chant for victory. Chant for peace. Chant for balance. Chant for harmony. Every day that I should be chanting for balance, for peace, for harmony. Don't sit and do nothing. You are powerful beyond all measures, and what you say is powerful. So let's join hands. Let's chant for balance and harmony for all these ones ruling and holding us, holding themselves superior over us. Like we need governance from them. They cannot even govern their own self or govern their mind, but they want to govern a nation. They cannot lead us. They're leading us into chaos. They need to step down from these leadership roles. Yeah, because it is time for truth and self-knowledge to lead us right now. And it's time for the ones them who know truth to step out, no longer being afraid. Step out and lead, because the people are looking for a leader. It is time now for the ones them to speak truth, to join hands. See, right now, many ones all over, they are stirring up racial wars. When there is only one self wearing all of these different bodies, it's time for us now to quit all of that delusion and that ignorance. It's time now to join hands for one self, one light. So this is what the I is saying to all the I and I selves. The I self is here to merge with I, for oneness, for I to know truth. That this has been eon that we have been in ignorance. We have been enslaved by ourselves, saying they are superior over us. We are all the same. The self, excuse me 1 second. All the self, I just had this thing, excuse me. 1 second. All the self is the same. When the self that animates the body is all the same, look the same, there's no difference. Just this body that looks different because it is taking the form of the ego, false self. So it is different. But the self, the real self that is animating the body, is the same. as everyone else. So this is the disguise the what the eye is wearing. The eye is looking at the black hole, and it's saying that the black hole, like I just shared in the video, the eye saying that the black hole is eating up everything around it. But it is the same thing that is animating this body. It is all the same. So it is time now for ignorance to end. It's time for the eye to be chanting liberation, chanting for oneness of self, oneness of stillness of this mind, purity of mind. Because if we stay focused and vigilant, that it is the mind that is the problem. Everyone's mind is telling them a tale. Your mind is telling you a tale that is different from mine. His mind is telling him a tale, and everyone is having a belief, and they're creating a dogma from their belief and their false perceptions. And it is not true. But if we are seeing from the self, which is all the same, like I said, all the self is the same. So if we connect to the I self and all the self is the same, we're all going to get the same message, because it is the one self. And so the mind is going to be different. When one are talking in the mind, look, their ideologies are different, right? And they are into the dream, because the mind is all about the dream. The mind don't want the dream to be dissolved. They rather destroy all of us, so we don't come to truth. This is what this war is. They don't want for us to come to true knowing, and for the liberation of I, and for all the I to know that all is one self. There's no need for anyone to reign superior over any of the I self. There don't need to be a caste system where some is saying that they are the head of the self, and all the others are the foot. Like, you're gonna walk on your knuckles. You don't need your foot to walk. They're gonna dissect the body of the self and say, oh, we are the superior because we are the head. You see the ignorance, right? This mind is ignorant. That's all I can say. It is so ignorant. You follow this mind and you just do a lot of ignorant stuff. And so I am saying, it's just time for the eye to just be sharing this oneness, this truth, run the eye distance, because it is very sad to see, it is just very sad to see the minds of all the I and I selves so delusional and so sick. And then I'm wondering, like, when will there be peace in this mind? Everyone is delusional and crazy. I just want it to end. I just want one to come to truth. I just want one. So anyways, I want to thank the I for joining I today. You can let me know, what you think, what has been your experience, and do you think that this war, when they let off their nuclear weapons, will it not affect you? So you don't need to do anything now. Do whatever it is that the I can do. So if the I know all ones can do meditation of stillness. All ones can be chanting for balance, for harmony, for the I self to be victorious in restoring balance to the world. This is something that everyone can do. Even the youngest of child can do this. Now, There are other ones who have skills as they are great speakers. I myself is not a great speaker, but there are many ones who have these skills that they are great speakers and they're very articulated. And so, yes, they can share with ones. You know what I'm saying? That, hey, it is time, let's join. There are ones who are good at gathering ones. You know, I don't have these skills, you know, because my battle, because my role of my battle is fighting with the dualities. I am still in the line of that. And so I am not the best person right now, but soon I will be. Because right now I am dealing a lot with the dualities. You know, all the stuff that others cannot do, this is my job to do it. You know, I am working with the invisible. You know, the ones them that have been holding us in prison. And so this is my job to do that. But there are many ones of the INIs whose job is in the physical with the ones wearing bodies. They are prolific speakers and gatherers of ones. So we need to start gathering ones and say, let's sit, let's practice stillness, let's do this stillness challenge. You know what I'm saying? It's easier for me working with the I in the children's self. And so I go and I work with children, but I don't find that the adults listen very well to I. So because their ego is very big, and so children are just more, I don't know, they're open, they're willing to learn, and they have not done a lot of these bad things. You know what I'm saying? Their mind is purer in that they haven't gathered a lot of bad habits to them. So, but you know, for all the ones them who are have these skills, you know what I'm saying, that they can do this, because this is serious. You know, this is a serious matter. This is a serious matter, that the threats that they're doing. Don't think that you are just gonna be in your little corner and it not affect you. No matter where you are in the world, it will affect you. They're planning to destroy the world. This is serious. So we must, wherever we are in the world, we must sit in our space and do this and share with the ones around us that let's sit, let's chant for harmony, let's chant for balance, let's chant for peace, because you are powerful. And if you are ones who are skilled of gathering ones, gather ones and say, let's sit and hold hands for this peace, this harmony. You know what I'm saying? Let's be chanting victory, victory to the I self, to restore balance, to restore harmony, that purity to the minds of those who are holding us in slavery, to restore purity to their minds. We must do this. We have the power. Let's take our power. Help me. Help the I self to do this. Share your awareness with others that it is the mind that is the problem. So I am doing my part. I am doing my part, and it has not been easy. It has not been an easy journey. So, and so everyone have to do their share. Everyone have to run their distance, you know? So that is what I wanted to say. And I wanted, because this is a serious matter. So thank you so much for joining. Much honor. I bow to all I and I self, in light, and in truth. I am victorious. I am triumphant. Victory, victory, victory. Victory, victory, victory. I self-supreme is victorious. I self-supreme is triumphant. I self-supreme is victorious. I self-supreme is triumphant. Victory, victory, victory. May balance be restored to all I and I self. May all I and I awake, awake, awake from the sleeping, dreaming state. May balance and light be restored to the consciousness, the Christ consciousness, the mind of Ra, the consciousness, the mind of all the I and I self wearing bodies, all the I and I self with troubled minds. May balance be restored to everyone wearing this duality mind. May the light be restored. Victory, victory, victory. I am in command. I am in command. And this is a commandment. I command that light be restored to this duality consciousness. I command that this light be restored to all I and I self wearing this duality mind, being in delusion, stirring up wars, stirring up confusions. I command that balance be restored to all the I and I command that all this ego false self be dissolved. I command that all these ego false self be dissolved, and all may the real self arise, and awake from the sleeping, dreaming state. Awake, awake from the sleeping, dreaming state. Victory, victory, victory. Victory, victory, victory. Victory, victory, victory. I self is victorious. I self is triumphant. I self supreme one true self is victorious. I self supreme one true self is triumphant. Victory, victory, victory. Victory, victory, victory. Balance be restored. Light be restored. All I and I awake, awake, awake from the sleeping, dreaming state. Awake, awake, awake from the sleeping, dreaming state. Light be restored. All I and I self. As I have commanded, so let it be. So it is. Everything that I have created, I demolish. Everything that I have created, I demolish. I am free from my imaginary bondage. I am free from my imaginary bondage. I return to my ultimate true state. I return to my ultimate true state. Victory, 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 victory. And so I want to close out with this song. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I'll see you at the next satsang with Auset Mahat. Much honor. Thank you for your presence. Victory, victory, victory. The I is victorious. I is triumphant. Much honor to I and I.